With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Thursday, March the 20th, 2025, and I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
It's March Madness.
It is March Madness.
March Madness. I don't really follow basketball that much, but unless LSU plays or makes whatever they call it, the bracket in March. But, probably watch some of it.
You enjoy that.
Well, yeah, I enjoy watching sports.
No, I'm saying you enjoy, go ahead and enjoy that. I'll be doing something else. I want to watch it if a Louisiana team goes, which very rarely happens nowadays. You'd think LSU would have a better basketball team than they do. Male basketball? Because the females.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the women's. I'm talking about men's.
Yeah.
NCAA men's program.
Pushed out some really good ball players over the years. I mean, some of the best.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Well, that's what, but I mean, they were great once.
Name one besides Shaquille O'Neal.
Pete Maravich.
That was in the 50s.
It's still over the years.
Oh my God! I said they hadn't been in a long time. But all right, touche. Point taken. Thirsty Thursday, March Madness. Our live show, July 19th. The tickets went on sale yesterday at 8 a.m. We're recording this a day plus early, so they're probably already sold out. But if y'all go check and see, the links are in everywhere on social media,
yes.
Right? And Southeastern Louisiana University is handling the ticket sales. So handle it with them. Get your seats while they last. It's going to be a great time.
Yes.
So lay us some true crime time down.
Links in the show notes too.
Lay us some true crime time.
We're going to start off in Pennsylvania.
In
the East Donegal Township. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a little girl. Mm-hmm. I say little girl. It's just horrible. But police in Pennsylvania are investigating after a baby was found buried in a backyard. Okay. Months after a teen reportedly took an abortion-inducing medication that was obtained over the internet after she was told she was unable to have the procedure performed.
I'm pretty sure she got some fake, probably drywall pressed into a pill, thought it was an abortion pill, and she got it online and it didn't work.
The police department investigated after an apparent fetus was discovered in the backyard of her home earlier this month. The remains were in an advanced state of decomposition, and coroner Dr. Stephen Diamante told Lancaster Online that the remains were in an advanced stage of decomposition. A police officer first spoke with a witness on March the 6th, and that witness reported that in April of 2024, the teen took an at-home pregnancy test and had a positive result before her pregnancy was later confirmed by a doctor. They claimed the girl then went to an abortion clinic where she was told that she was too far along in her pregnancy and to get an abortion. So apparently in Pennsylvania, abortion is banned after 23 weeks and 6 days. So if you're, 24 weeks pregnant, you can't have one. And many providers do not offer access to an abortion earlier on. So this little girl and her mama went online and got her an abortion-inducing medication. The girl's friend then told the police that she took the medication on May 9th, and a day later, the pregnant girl texted that same friend and said, came out.
Oh, my God.
Calling it a full baby.
Oh, Lord.
So in the documents, like for the warrant, they refer to the baby as a fetus and a baby.
Right.
But citing the search warrant, WGAL reported that the girl also texted an image of the fetus with the umbilical cord and placenta and what appears to
take a fucking photo.
I mean, in what appears to be a white trash bag. And then she kept it in a container under her bed for 2 to 3 weeks before burying it. So then the police executed a search warrant, and then that's when they found that it had been buried. But not that this makes it any better, the coroner stated that it had been buried for several months, but that there was no way that baby the fetus would not have survived outside the womb because of obviously she had taken the abortion pills and
whatever else.
Yeah, exactly.
What, I know she knows what she did was wrong, or she wouldn't have buried it in the backyard.
And put it underneath her bed.
Exactly.
But her mama helped her.
I don't understand. I don't understand. And I'm not even going to fuck with that one. That's just bad. Bad.
I got another bad one when it's my turn next.
Bad. Well, I got a bad one before it's your turn. So we had an author contact us this week, and he wants to use me in one of his novels. He wants to use Woody Overton and in Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. And he said he's a huge lifer, and he wanted my permission. And he said I think he's done like 16, 17 novels, and he uses real people in his stories all the time. And he's a lifer and wants to use me. And I said, cool. I think it's kind of an honor, right?
It's a huge honor.
So, but I'm going to tell you about another author, and he's a best-selling mystery author, right? His name is Brendan Dubois. Let me tell you about he's a New York Times best-selling mystery author, right?
Okay.
Famous as fuck, man. Writes good books and all that shit, and people buy them up, and people still bought books, and I used to buy the shit out of them. But he's an author of more than 25 novels, including co-written with the prolific, hugely popular author James Patterson. I've read some of his.
Yeah.
So this dude's got it going on, right?
Yeah.
And well, he had it going on until he didn't. His ass is in a crack now. And so, you know why? Because he got found with more than 5,600 images that have been flagged as child abuse content. So naturally he gets arrested, and he actually pled guilty to possessing sexual child abuse materials. And I don't agree with this. He was only sentenced to 3.5 years in prison, but he had those 56 images on his computer that had been flagged as possible child abuse, according to Seacoast Online and Associated Press. 20 of those images were described in an affidavit which was filed by the police in Exeter, New Hampshire. And they said, I estimate the age of the above mentioned children to be between infancy and 12 years old. And that's according to Detective Bailey Tixiera. They wrote that in the affidavit. So the detective also looked into Dubois' online search history, where he found articles about people arrested on child porn charges, as well as searches including how to tell if Google has reported me to the police, and I accidentally saved child porn to my main Google Drive.
Oh, that's a good cover up, right?
He's trying to.
I'm surprised you didn't say it was
This dude's got millions of dollars, man, and he's old as fuck. Look how old this dude is.
I'm surprised, but I
know it's 99% mental. If that dude can get hard on, it's got to be ED medicine. But anyway, so he had all that shit on his computer, and he was arrested in Exeter last summer and has been in jail ever since, according to the AP. And on Thursday, he appeared in court where prosecutors agreed to drop 2 of the 6 possession counts against him as part of the plea agreement. So I already told you about all the books and shit he wrote, but now he's got to register as a sex offender. And one of the publishing houses he worked with, Seven River Publishers, announced it would be taking his books off their website. Good for them. And Dubois, you're a piece of shit.
Well, yeah. But stupid question. But what do authors do when they're writing about horrible things like that and they are doing research? He didn't say that that's what he was doing, but how do you do that?
I have no idea where your brain goes sometimes. Where you come up with that question. He's like a murder mystery novelist, not a child rapist novelist.
Well, murder. Okay,
he got found with 5,600 images.
I'm not saying
of
him.
Porn,
I'm saying
child porn.
Not speaking of him, and I'm just saying that's where my brain went. Is there are authors that write about abuse like this? There are authors that tell fictitious stories.
I'm pretty
How
sure.
did they do their research and get away with it?
I have no idea, but I'm sure they could prove it was actually research because they published the novels about it or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing I have in my novel. This dude is a fucking pedophile, and he was smart enough. He thought he was smart enough to try to cover his tracks.
No, I understand.
And he wasn't, and he can go fuck himself. Pedophile. Pedophiles suck. Now, give us your next one.
So we're going to Indiana, where a mom decided to leave her kids home alone.
Yeah, we did one of these yesterday.
Yeah, this is.
The mom went to the beauty store and the husband killed the kid.
Yeah, this is in Muncie, Indiana. And she left 2 small children, ages 1 and 1 week, at home to go drink at a bar.
Nice.
Police later found them.
How old?
1 and 1 week.
Holy fuck.
Police later found them covered in feces, and the younger one the 1 week old, showing signs of malnutrition.
Yes, the mama can get a drink on, but she can't put a titty in the mouth of a 1-year-old.
Police found Sandra Henriquez, 32 years old.
A 1 month old, sorry. Go ahead.
In the early morning of Wednesday, March 12th, after officers responded to a report of a vehicle that had struck a pole. Officers asked her if she had any children. They noticed that she had slurred speech. They asked her if she had any children after noticing there was a car seat in the vehicle, and she did not respond. Following the collision, she was taken to the hospital and then to jail. She initially told authorities that she had no dependents, but later admitted that she did have children and was unwilling to share her home address. One officer said that the mom had multiple opportunities to inform officers and other staff about her children being home alone, and was even asked about children and then refused to provide information. So while she was in custody, the police actually got a call from a neighbor of her residence around 2:30 p.m. the whole next day on March 12th for a separate call reporting that 2 babies were crying inside the home. And when they got into the home, of course, they had to break into the home. They said that there was a newborn and a toddler locked in the home. And they found the 1-year-old and the 1-week-old covered in feces. And the affidavit states that, of course, they were covered in urine as well and described as urgently cyanotic. And I read about that, and that's some type of heart problem, and where you get blue lips and like your oxygen's not getting through your body correctly. And so reportedly weighing less than what they weighed when they were born a few days earlier, the newborn was blue in the hands, feet, and around the mouth, and seemingly due to malnutrition, and was rushed to the hospital along with the older child. The baby was admitted to the hospital with a feeding tube, while the 1-year-old was reported to be in good health, aside from a very full diaper.
Jeez.
She told police that she left her home just after midnight on March 12th with the intent to go to the liquor store, but ended up going to the local Muncie bar called Big Shots Pub instead.
Nice.
She also told detectives that she drank an entire 6-pack of beer before she left.
Getting a drink on.
And based on the mom's admissions, authorities believe that her kids spent 14 hours alone at the residence, and they saw multiple open cans of alcohol and a dog caged without food or water. As of Thursday, March 13th, Henriquez was being held in jail on a $42,500 bond and now faces multiple neglect-related charges.
I hope those babies go to a great home. And thank God they won't be able to remember it. Yeah. But you're 1 week from having a baby and you're worried about going to the bar room and you're slamming a 6-pack before you go.
She's also 32 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? She's not a 15-year-old.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's fucked up.
I mean, there's 15-year-olds that are better moms than that.
Any way you slice that one, that's a bad one. But thank God the babies are alive and they got to them in time and they won't remember it,
Yeah.
So let's go to March is Sleep Awareness Month. The perfect time for you to think about the quality of your sleep and how the mattress you choose can make all the difference. Avocado Green Mattress is committed to providing mattresses that not only help you sleep better, but also are healthier for you and the planet. Did you know that with the right mattress, you can improve your sleep quality by up to 50%? If you're not waking up refreshed and ready to tackle the day, it might be time to consider Avocado and their sleep-enhancing design. Cindy and I love Avocado for so many reasons. Not only are the materials organic and free of chemical and toxins, Avocado mattresses promote better sleep through breathable, naturally temperature-regulated materials, which is so important to our sleep right now. Did I mention there is a mattress to fit your needs too? Avocado offers gentle to firm to plush mattress comfort and support. Take their quiz to find out which mattress and comfort option is right for you. Avocado stands by their products too. They offer easy financing options with Affirm, sleep trials up to 1 year, and options to try before you buy. Head to avocadomattress.com today and save up to 10% on certified organic mattresses. Dream of better. Are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? I know Cindy was, and if you're a woman, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living rent-free in our environment right now, found in our food, water, and even in our skincare products. These disruptors can wreak havoc on our hormones. Believe me, before Hormone Harmony, I watched Cindy suffer. Not anymore. Hormone Harmony's formula, made only with herbal ingredients, have reduced Cindy's hormonal symptoms, and it helps women of all ages. Then there are the natural hormonal changes our bodies face, such as menopause. While these processes are part of life, they don't have to be uncomfortable. The good news is that you don't have to suffer through it any longer. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts known as adaptogens designed to help the body cope with stressors, including those chaotic hormonal fluctuations that can disrupt your daily life. Whether it's PMS symptoms like irritability and cravings or menopause symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats, Hormone Harmony can help with it all. Happy Mammoth, the creator of Hormone Harmony, is dedicated to improving women's lives by using only high-quality science-backed ingredients. They make no compromises on quality, ensuring that you receive the best support possible. This isn't just a supplement. It has become a phenomenon. Women are talking about it everywhere, with a bottle of Hormone Harmony sold every 24 seconds. And the most important benefit, women express feeling like themselves again. A sentiment echoed in over 30,000 positive reviews. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com. Don't forget to use the code RLRC for 15% off today. Wisconsin, where we're going in a couple weeks anyway. Y'all, we're going to take the show on the road. We got some business to do in Wisconsin, probably for a couple weeks. So we will be recording and doing everything because we can, right?
Yeah.
Pack it all up and roll with it. But so we're going to Wisconsin, and they got a dude. He was living with his girlfriend until she wasn't living. Then he lived with her some more.
Jeez.
20 days he lived with her decomposing body. But guess what he did then?
What?
He went to the cops and told himself.
Oh.
Yep.
He was eating at him.
And then they charged him with reckless homicide. So his name is Serkan Akilade, who's 22 years old. And he just walks into the Milwaukee police station on February 27th, and he says, hey, over a month ago, on January 24th, I found Salon Tut dead on our apartment floor after I returned home from buying cleaning supplies. Right? Like Miss Dookie and them still in the cleaning supplies the other day. So, and then this is what he told the cops. So he said he was gone for about an hour, and he came back and he found Tut lying on the floor covered in blood. And he says he thought his girlfriend was joking and tried to pick her up. Sound like Brooks Cleary in Haley's case. Mm-hmm. So Accolade, or however you say his name, he's a Turkish national. And then he goes on to tell police, he say, hey, I didn't report her murder because I'm unfamiliar with the laws of this country. Murder's bad in any country, idiot. Well, the cops, I mean, I've had a lot of great walk-in cases. I say great, I shouldn't say great. I had a lot of balls to the walls, criminal cases, but about people that just walked in.
And Christina Constance.
And a whole lot more that just walked in and said, we did this, or this is going on. So what officers do when he does this, they go to the Vim Vigor Loss, which is the apartment complex where he lived. The couple lived together. And they enter, and they found Tut's decomposing body on the floor with a pillow placed under her head.
How sweet.
Right? They said the body appeared to have been staged. And guess what? Tut had 12 stab wounds to her neck, abdomen, back, and right arm. And her decomposing body had a strong odor as well. Imagine that. So officers searched the apartment and found no signs of forced entry. Remember, he's saying somebody else murdered her now. So investigators used the blood detection chemical. Everybody knows what that is. Yeah. And when you spray the shit and turn on the blue light, right? Mm-hmm. And discovered evidence that an extensive amount of blood had been cleaned up. Luminol. Yeah.
You think?
You can't get rid of it on the luminol. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. Mm-hmm. But they also found a pillowcase with apparent blood stains. And they found a box cutter inside the dishwasher. and discarded takeout food and receipts dated from February 14th through the 21st, which indicated that the apartment was being occupied during this time.
Jeez.
So then they get a search warrant for Accolade's blue Ford Escape, and they found a receipt from a Pick and Save, a convenience store, from January 24th, which was the day that Tut is believed to have been killed. You know what the receipt was for? No, come on, man. Yeah, I mean, nothing screams desperation like going to your local Pick and Save to buy cleaning supplies.
Jeez.
There, you're going to be expensive as fuck. You know, there's a Walmart in 3 miles in any direction nowadays. But he goes to the Pick and Save, and he buys Clorox bleach, and wait for it. This is the first for me. Clorox bleach and Raid insect repellent.
Oh.
Because he knew the
bugs
were
were
going to be
coming.
eating her. Yeah. So the store's surveillance video also showed him buying the bleach at the store. Now, Accolade claimed to have slept by Tut's body, but had only moved her to the spot where she was found a day or so earlier. So basically he's saying he slept in the bed with her and just moved to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had then told the police that he tried to commit suicide after her death by shooting himself with a nail gun.
Oh, okay.
Fucking idiot. Well, cops do what they do, and they continue to question him, and he denied cleaning the apartment and clothing to get rid of the blood evidence after Tut's death. Okay, this has so many similarities to Haley's case.
Yeah.
It's just those two in the apartment. And how do you prove beyond a reasonable doubt? You know what? You have to have the balls enough to take it before the grand jury and say there's no other explanation.
I mean,
right?
they're getting...
So they filed a complaint against him, and according to the complaint, Accolade admitted that he had been in communication with Tut's family in Turkey, and he pretended to be her to convince them that she was alive and good health. I'm assuming through text messages. He admits going so far as to send Tut's family a picture taken of her in December and telling them it was a picture of her going to a wedding that day to prove that she was okay.
Oh, my.
Yep. I mean, at some point, you fucking idiot, the gig is going to be up.
Yeah.
Right? So they have a preliminary hearing from March the 19th, and he's not entered a plea yet. So I guess he's going to say not guilty. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, so he went in and told them that he did it, but he said
No. He said she's dead. He said, I went to the store 20 days ago to get some cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
And I came home and she was dead. And I found blood everywhere. He said, I thought she was joking. And then motherfucker, she had like 12 stab wounds. And then when they finally get to the apartment, they were able to use luminol and find out a large amount of blood had been cleaned up. Found out he had been there the whole time because of food receipts and everything else. And he just said, "Oh, I didn't report it because I didn't know you lost."
That's what I wanted to say is he didn't report it because he didn't know the loss. That doesn't make sense.
I'm pretty sure his ass is going to prison.
Yeah. Horrible.
Right?
Okay, well, we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to do some...
Then shoot yourself with a nail gun to commit suicide.
Well, how do you not know it's not a law to report a dead person?
Right, exactly. I mean, you know it enough to clean up and put Raid on her, keep the maggots off.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that doesn't work anyway. But I'm thinking about a nail gun. I mean,
where is he going to shoot himself with the nail gun?
I guess if you were serious, you'd shoot yourself in the temple or something with it. And who knows?
He probably did like his hand.
Yeah, right. Fucking idiot. I mean, why didn't you use the same box cutter? Just slit your own throat.
Exactly.
Because he didn't want to die.
No.
All right, give us another one.
But he was so sweet for sleeping next to her.
Putting her head on a pillow.
Yeah.
After he almost cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. We're going to Tokyo. I don't think I've ever gone to Tokyo.
Well, I'm going to give you a... It's time for worldwide crime.
Police have arrested a suspect in the stabbing death of a YouTuber who was tracked down and attacked during her live stream in Tokyo. Kenichi Takana, who was 42 years old, was taken into police custody in connection with the stabbing death of a 22-year-old named Ari Sato. This was reported on Wednesday, March 12th, and Sato was reportedly walking by herself while she live streamed in Shinjuku Ward. I know I'm saying that wrong, when the attack happened around 9:50 a.m. on Tuesday, March 11th. The viewers of Sato's live stream heard her screaming for help before the connection went dark. At least 2 witnesses spoke with authorities, with one telling police the screaming lasted around 15 seconds, and another one said she saw a man wearing a black hat attacking the victim. Takano was arrested at the scene, and he found Sato by using landmarks and buildings in the background to track her down during the live stream. And authorities, of course, do not believe it was a random attack, obviously, because he sought her down, but looking at the landmarks. Police said that Sato and Takano became familiar with each other in 2021, and he is believed to have allowed her to borrow money from him around the beginning of 2022. And he said there was trouble. I had lent her more than 2 million yen, which is equivalent to $13,500, but she did not return it. And he told investigators that the influencer had already spoken to police regarding the problem. And Takano reportedly traveled about 60 miles to Tokyo from Oyama after Sato announced the live stream. Police said that he had 2 knives in his possession at the time of his arrest, and he stabbed her multiple times in the neck and chest. She was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead, and he told police that it was not his intention to kill her.
It's fucking stupid.
He sought her down, had 2 knives.
And then they identified it from, the building in the background or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Well. I've been telling y'all about the new governor, Jeff Landry, and he was our attorney general, very pro death penalty, and the ex-governor, John Bel Edwards, didn't, since Gerald Bordelon, our case here in Livingston Parish, go listen to Murder Me Now on Real Life Real Crime. Nobody's been executed. And at the end of his term, John Bel Edwards, end of his 8 years, he actually came out and admitted, I've been fucking it up the whole time because I don't believe in a death penalty.
Right.
And so Jeff Landry's like, I'm going to execute the law, not execute. I'm going to follow through with the law, what the law is, the law of the land. And they've been sentenced, and these people have been on death row forever. Mm-hmm. Another one here in Livingston Parish, I think it's the second longest one on death row. It's 49 years. Mm-hmm. And his lover was on death row and has already died of old age. Mm-hmm. For another kid, they raped and murdered here and kidnapped and tortured here in Livingston Parish. But and I hate to say excited, but I was excited about them dealing it out. And starting to do what they're supposed to do again. Well, this has made national headlines, and rightfully so. And if this doesn't piss you off, nothing will. We all know I love me some tacos. They're great every night of the week, not just Taco Tuesday. But Cyndi really wants me to eat healthier this year, and Factor's chef-made gourmet meals have made eating well easy. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for my busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goal. Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, Factor has it all figured out. My favorite meal has been the jalapeno sweet corn polenta and chicken. Imagine a whole chicken breast marinated in lemon juice, garlic, and smoked paprika, grilled until juicy and topped with a zesty salsa verde. It's served over a creamy Parmesan polenta loaded with diced jalapenos, corn, mozzarella, and scallions. Bell peppers, red onions, and cauliflower are served on the side with fajita spiced butter. It was delicious and nutritious. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use Factor Podcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
Owning a boat comes with a number of perks, like being able to fling your favorite fishing rod around. And here's another perk. Geico's boat insurance covers your boat and your belongings. And with specialist support from agents that are as passionate about boating as you are, there's so much value that you'll want to high-five someone. But not while you're holding your fishing rod. That's a prized possession. So hold on tight with both hands and keep it covered through boat insurance. Get more with Geico.
In Baton Rouge, a judge has halted Tuesday's scheduled execution of a man who kidnapped, raped, and murdered a New Orleans advertising executive. Do you know why they halted it? Because he's a Buddhist, and he is a Buddhist, and he needed time to press his claim that his death by asphyxia could be torturous and impact his later rebirth.
Oh, poor thing.
Mm-hmm. So Judge Richard Chipmore, the 19th Judicial, that's in Baton Rouge, y'all, set a hearing for Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Now, Jesse Hoffman told Moore in papers filed Monday morning that breathing in pure nitrogen would impact his ability to practice meditative breathing and cause him to panic instead.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker. Anyway, let me continue. And these are quotes. When I have a panic attack, I cannot breathe, Hoffman wrote. In a federal court hearing 2 weeks ago, experts testified that inmates who don't breathe during nitrogen executions prolong their own suffering. So I've told you about the one in Alabama. They said it took approximately 4 minutes for him to die, and the warden said it's because he held his breath for over 3 minutes.
Right.
Right. Anyway, whatever. So this dude says having a traumatic death can impact reincarnation.
I mean, we've got to be concerned about that.
I mean, because y'all, it's death row. Angola is full of murderers and rapists, but he's a kidnapper, murderer, and rapist. And I read some stuff on her, the victim, the what he did to her.
Yeah.
That somebody posted on Facebook. And it's just horrible.
Yeah, they don't get
but
there.
He's
they poo-pooed on a Family Dollar store, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
he didn't get to, or she didn't get to have a non-traumatic death so she could be reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
But they said Mr. Hoffman sincerely believes that he must practice his Buddhist breathing exercises at the critical transition between life and death, called the bardo. He believes that if he has a traumatic final moments, they can negatively impact the bardo, which can lead to a negative rebirth. Well, maybe that's what happened to him to begin with. Well, maybe his last time when they executed his ass in the 1800s, he didn't get to have whatever.
Exactly.
What about all of the Buddhists that die in car crashes and shit that don't get to have time to do breathing exercises.
How does murdering someone affect your rebirth too, and being a Buddhist?
So a federal judge said the nitrogen hypoxia method of execution relies on inmates taking an active part in their own executions, and she stopped the execution to let Hoffman claim that other methods would be more humane. But a panel of that was Judge Dix.
Wow.
And she's the same one who certified me as an expert witness in law enforcement matters in all federal courts.
That's right.
And that hearing took longer because prosecutors did not want me testifying for defense. And that hearing took longer than the whole trial or motion did. But anyway, I mean, she stopped it.
Yeah.
So after she stopped it, the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans overturned her ruling, right? That's why we have the court systems, and no judge likes to be overturned, but, whatever. So Hoffman was scheduled to die Tuesday night for the 1996 killing of Mary Molly Elliott. She was abducted in New Orleans and taken to St. Tammany Parish, where she was raped and then shot execution style and left in the wetlands along the Pearl River. So Myers told lawyers for the state to say why Hoffman should die Tuesday night and told executioners they could not kill Hoffman pending the results of the court hearing. Now, it is still possible that the inmate will die as scheduled, though his lawyers expressed hope that he would be given time to argue his case that a nitrogen hypoxia execution violates his religious rights under the Constitution. These fucking lawyers should be ashamed of themselves. I know they have a job to do, but fuck them. They said the method of nitrogen gassing denies Jesse the opportunity to meditatively breathe during his final moments. And that's Cecilia Capel, the lawyer said. Our state law prohibits the government from interfering with the exercise of religious faith, and Judge Moore will decide the important questions of whether the state of Louisiana can take away someone's ability to practice their religion at such a critical moment as a transition between life and death.
Let's do the firing squad. Or actually,
fuck everybody.
Shoot him and stick him down by the river.
Everybody on death row just became a Buddhist.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
set that precedent real quick.
I had higher hopes for the state of Louisiana, but you know what? Jeff Landry's going to press it all the way up. And she did not get to have any kind of anything. So y'all, let me give you a little bit more details what this Buddhist did, self-proclaimed Buddhist did. So it was the day before Thanksgiving, and Molly Elliott was getting ready to go out on a date night with her husband.
Okay.
She's 28 years old, advertising executive. She left her office in the French Quarter in New Orleans and headed to her car. But instead of driving to dinner, a parking lot attendant kidnapped Elliott, raped her, and dumped her nude body along the East Pearl River near the Mississippi state line. That's the last bridge we cross over when we go to Mississippi. So a duck hunter found her at 7:45 a.m. the next day on Thanksgiving, 1996. How long has it been? 96, 2006, 16, almost 30 years.
Yeah.
So the murder shocked Elliott's family and friends, who described her as a vivacious, warm, and loving woman. Molly was a cherished person who missed out on motherhood, a promising and successful career, and a life in the country and the property we bought together. That's what her husband Andy said. Hers was a life that was so full of hope and promise for a beautiful future. The loss of Molly is a scar we will forever carry, and it will never heal. So so I'm going to just give you a little bit more about Molly. So Molly, whose full name was Mary Margaret Murphy Elliott, she grew up in Phoenix and landed at the top position at a prestigious Los Angeles advertising agency before she met her husband, and the couple moved just north of New Orleans to Covington, Louisiana in 1994, so 2 years before she was murdered. As a baby, her mom told jurors that her daughter was this wonderful, bald-headed bundle of energy and laughter and joy. And when she grew up, she had fabulous little freckles on her face and the smile that would just absolutely break your heart. And when Molly walked into a room and smiled, the whole room just lights up. It's just the most amazing thing to see. Now, Elliot's husband, Andy, told jurors that his wife was a very intelligent person, a very warm person, and a very trusting person. He said, I never knew anybody who was a better person. She was the kind of person that usually looked for the good in any person and would generally opt to trust someone rather than not to trust them. He said that she was quick with a laugh and that the couple used to love playing jokes on each other. They cherished their sprawling country home surrounded by land and animals. She was a very loving person. I think that's why we had all the animals. It was just an outlet for us to have more things to love and be around us. So anyway, in 2013, her mom did the Facebook post, said she was thinking about her girl, wishing my sweet daughter Molly was here to celebrate her 45th birthday. I miss her so much. And just a little bit more details on that day. She left the Peter A. Mayer Advertising Inc. around 5 p.m. and walked to the Sheraton Hotel garage where she parked her car. She was supposed to meet her husband at his office at 6 p.m. so they could go to dinner together. Hoffman, the murderer, who was 18 years old, had worked at the garage for about 2 weeks, and he kidnapped her at gunpoint, forced her to withdraw about $200 from the ATM. And even if Hoffman had let her go at that point, prosecutors said it would have been the most horrific night of her life. The ATM videotape shows the terror on Miss Elliott's face as she withdrew the money from her account, and Hoffman can be seen standing next to his victim.
Jeez.
Right? After getting the cash, Hoffman forced Elliott to drive to a remote area of St. Tammany Parish as she begged him not to hurt her, citing, prosecutor said this because Hoffman eventually confessed. Hoffman then raped Elliott and forced her to get out of the car, walk down a dirt path in an area used as a dump. Her death march ultimately ended at a small makeshift dock at the end of this path where she was forced to kneel and shot in the head execution style. They said Miss Elliott likely survived for a few minutes after being shot, but she was left on the dock completely nude on a cold November evening to die. And her husband had to identify her body on Thanksgiving Day. So listen to this. Hoffman, to add further insult to injury, he said at the time that he didn't rape her because she offered herself to him. And she was killed after his gun accidentally went off, right? Well, the jury said, fuck you, and they gave him the death sentence.
And now he's a Buddhist, and...
I mean, yeah. Fuck you, Mr. Hoffman. I hope they give you whatever. You know?
Yeah.
That's why they have the death penalty. I wanted to read, I mean, everybody hears about it and they hear about it. But think about that woman. You're just getting off from work and dude comes up, parking lot attendant, kidnaps you, makes you take $200 out, and then drives you to the north, rapes you in the middle of the woods, marches you naked in the cold down to the bayou bank, makes you kneel, shoots you in the head.
And then you don't immediately die. You sit there and suffer and bleed out.
Well, when you realize the gig is up and you're on camera and shit, and they get you start to confess, he minimizes his involvement. Oh no, she wanted to have sex with me.
Yeah.
Oh, my gun accidentally went off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck him. Fuck that. Fuck the bad people. And that's all I got for today. And I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.